morning, and welcome to another edition of Roadhouse Last Call. Morning show that tells you about suches and whatnots, what happened last night, what happened this morning, and what may or may not happen in the future. My name is Hells Bells. I'm joined by Binda. We do
Good
not have a
morning.
I don't think we have a Stockton this morning, but we do have the Binda, which whenever we have the Binda, that's I don't know. That's like just being able to like automatically pencil in Babe Ruth into your lineup like every single day. So I think we'll be fine.
Well, here's the sad news is that given the move this morning, we're all gonna die, and this is probably the last show.
Well, so here's the thing, Bender. We've already been killed multiple times.
Multiple times.
We are a resilient bunch. We
This
really
is
really
true.
are.
This is true.
So I think we can bounce back. I think we can bounce back. Maybe not today.
Yep.
Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not Friday. But bounce back is what we do. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, we had the inflation print come out. We've been talking about it, blah, 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 right? Over and over again. Inflation, inflation. Everybody knows inflation's high. Everybody knows that it was going to be, a pretty thick number. The White House stepped out, tried to be a pretty thick number. We had fake Jakes reporting over 10 yesterday on the interwebs. We did risk off going into the end of the day yesterday, and obviously, we took it in the face upon the release of the number. So that's what we're looking at. Inflation, inflation, inflation. If you look at if you're looking for something that, went with the market or against the market, as far as a direct correlation, the dollar went absolutely vertical, like straight vertical. So we have that. Gold, did not fare very well, obviously, with that. Commodities did not fare very well with that at all. Nor did crude, nor did really anything that actually, I don't want to say matters, but has a direct impact to what we do. As far as trading, did not have a positive correlation. The dollar went straight vertical. We went straight into the depths of hell, snapped pretty much every line that I can think of for the most part. But here's the thing, Bender. Kramer said that today is the market bottom. What do you think about that?
Kramer said.
Kramer said. So my question is, does that mean that we have to make a new low, or have we already bottomed? And according to him,
That is the question, isn't it?
because it's like because we've already made a bottom in a lot of ways. So are we going back down into that level? Is that achievable?
Is it achievable? Of course.
I think it is achievable.
Of course.
To be honest with you, based on we have bank earnings starting tomorrow. So that's that's some shit. And we have China expected to announce contraction on Friday. That's some shit too.
Some shit too.
So, Bender, I really don't have a lot of headlines because a lot of the headlines were contingent upon this number. Number obviously not helpful to anybody. So what you got, buddy?
All right. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is post this weekly chart right here. See that yellow parallel channel? The big one going all the way back to like '08. Okay, we're sitting at the top of that. Just above what was previously trendline support. So that number is like 37. We'll call it 37.46 or so. Is about where that comes in. I think that's a pretty big line. We did pierce it when we made those lows mid-June.
Mm-hmm.
And we came down and tapped the 36, what was that, like 36.35? 36.39. So we did pierce it and bounce, and then get back above that trend line. And we've bounced off of it a couple of times using it as support. So I think that's, obviously really, really important today. If we go down and recheck that, see what it does there. If it gives that up.
How much more from an ES standpoint? How many points?
So we're currently sitting at 37.66, so it's only like 20 from here.
Okay.
To test that. If that gives, then we're looking at the bottom side of the more recent downsloping parallel channel, and I'll post that here.
We're talking about like 373-ish is what we're talking about on SPY.
To get, let's see. Yeah, I don't know the exact.
Because it's like,
But yeah, that'd be about right. Yeah.
Because in some ways that makes a lot of sense, because that would basically put us to the low. What day was that? On the 5th. So we spent about a week bouncing off of that 373 level last week.
Yeah.
It's like we just kept on 373 bounce, 373 bounce. We did that 3 straight days. So that makes a lot of sense.
So there's a I just posted the daily, and you can see the the more recent parallel channel, downward parallel channel. So if we give up that 37.45-ish, if we give that up, then you're looking at the bottom of that channel. So then we could go test the numbers that I have below after that 37.44.45, with some stuff in between, but 3,700 whole number, and then the bottom of this channel would come in around 36.80, and then below that you have that previous, that previous level 36.35 to 36.50. That you got to look at if we give that up. If we bounce above here, I have, let's see, we got 37, so we're at 37.65, so I got 37.80, and then obviously the whole number of 3,800, and then up at 38.24 is the 10 MA on the 60-minute, 38.28 is the 20. So those are kind of the levels to look for from here. This big gap move down on data that came on hot. I guess we'll just have to see how low they want to take it, but that's what we'll be watching. I think you have to take a shot in those 37.40s if we go back down and retest that. You can have a pretty tight stop in that range, and see if we, play a bounce off that. I mean, that trend line that was resistance, that goes back to really, let's see, about 2004. And then we rejected it between 2007, 2008, and then right before the COVID drop in 2020, we tested it again. That's a big line.
Yeah. But there's a lot of, it's like, again, it's like we have to think, so we risked off yesterday coming into the number, right?
Yeah.
Then we sold off the number that we knew was going to be hot.
Correct.
It's like that's one of those things that you have to look at and contemplate. And it's like you can see, it's like is SPY trying to put in a little bottom in here? Is it trying to do that? Granted, I'm sure we're going to see some level of covering between either now and open and now and in the first 15-20 minutes of the actual open. But it's like a lot of this is kind of in. The only question is, are we going to have people running out and saying, we've reached peak inflation? It can't. How does it go? Come on, baby, light my fire. It's like, it becomes really, really awkward in looking at it, because I think we talked about it earlier in the week. And again, the most dangerous piece of the market that we're trying to trade right now is deciphering what is and what is not priced in.
Yeah.
And we're walking into an earnings season to where there's more questions than answers. And with the dollar being this hot, above 108, that's not a great place to be. It just really, really isn't. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, because it gets really, really, both of us are just guessing.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what's priced in. Yeah, we're guessing.
Not only priced in, but it's like what level? Because it's like, look, do you take a shot at that 74?
Yeah.
Where we wicked and bounced this morning? Do you wait to see if that 74 holds and or doesn't, and then you try to play 73? Okay, so that's one guess. Another guess is hey, the damage has been priced in. They're going to come in and play Pac-Man and gobble all this up. That's another guess. Another guess is they're not going to buy anything until after bank earnings. That's another guess. It's tough. So it's like, this is where it becomes absolutely important. And I just want to spend a couple of more seconds on this, saying, if you're going to enter into a trade, be wise, be quick, be diligent, be smart. It's interesting that we had that pretty big, it was like a $500,000 name next day. Today's expiring 381 put on SPY that came through. They never closed out. They're banking this morning.
Oh yeah.
They're absolutely banking. So, yeah. Anyways, how was your night?
It was good. It was good. Just kind of hung out. It was still hot. We were out on the patio, but we had a friend of ours come over, and we just hung out and talked for a while. Visited, if you will.
Again?
I said visiting, if you will.
That's good. It's a good thing. All right, man. So I don't have anything else. We have 27 minutes to open. There are certain tickers that I'll go back and talk about that were holding pretty well yesterday. Tesla was one. SoFi was another. Continued to hold well. Apple was an absolute machine. So we'll see how those tickers play out a little bit. But more so than anything, this is where flow becomes absolutely powerful and understanding. It's like, are they going to close and re-up, or are they going to close and buy? That's the question. And that's where we're going to have to sort through. So everybody get comfortable. Know this, and if people are sitting here in your minds right now, and you're like, man, I'm getting wrecked, I'm destroyed. Just because a day starts a certain way doesn't mean it has to end that way. That you get to decide your own destiny. You're the one who controls the buttons. So just keep that in mind. Just because it starts a certain way doesn't mean that it has to end that same way. So Bender, thank you again. Let's get ready to strap it on, man. This is going to be a day.
This is going to be a day.
All right, man. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.